Hey everyone, first off let me just say thank you for purchasing this course. I'm really excited about what I can show you and what hopefully I can help you with. In this course we're going to be looking at Logic Pro obviously and how to use it to create music. We're going to try and take you from being a beginner all the way up to being able to complete songs and get them sounding half decent in Logic Pro. So this is made for the beginner to intermediate. Yeah, by the end of this course you should be able to finish songs, not get stuck, and then get it sounding to a good quality where you can share it online, share it with your friends. So the way this course works is I've split it up into topics and I've tried to do it in a logical fashion. So you start at point A where we're going to talk about getting Logic set up, your preferences, starting with an overview of Logic and all the different areas and what they do, looking at things like the drummer, audio tracks and MIDI tracks, recording vocals, recording guitars, programming beats, programming drums, and then we'll talk a bit more about arrangement and music theory because it does help to have a little bit if you don't have it already. We're also going to look at mixing and mastering. So these are two big topics that there's often a lot of confusion about. So we're going to break that down and by the end you'll know how to mix and master your song all within Logic. I focus on only using Logic stock plugins. So you're not going to see me use any third-party plugins. So everything you will be able to recreate within Logic. We're also going to look at audio effects, compression, EQ, reverb, delays, some modulation effects, all these different things that you can spice up your mix with. So yeah, by the time you're finished, you should know all the tricks that will get you going. I've spent about 6 months putting this course together and I've taken my 15 years or so of producing, from which I started in Fruity Loops and then moved over to Logic. Dabbled with Ableton, I learnt with Pro Tools for a bit, but always found like Logic Pro was my home. I think the best way to approach this course is to watch a lesson and then apply the things in the lesson to your project. So you can follow along because we're going to take one song and go with it all the way to the end. So we're going to start with an idea and then finish with a final song and master it. So the idea is that you can copy all the steps yourself and there you go, you can finish your first song after watching these 20 videos or so. For many of the videos there will be homework assignments after them, so whether it will just be setting up your session or whether it will be recording a drummer track or recording a MIDI track, all will be made clear in the videos. At certain times you'll see little pop-ups which are explaining what keyboard shortcuts would be the best to use. I've also highlighted when I think there's a pro tip, so something that might not be obvious but something I think really worth paying attention to, and you'll see that pop up with a little icon saying pro tip, so pay attention to those. If at any point you need to pause the videos, please do. You can even take notes if you like, if that's the way you work. But yes, well, how I would approach it would be to watch the video through, do the homework assignment if there is one, and then move on to the next video rather than watching all of the videos in one go. I have crammed over 10 hours into this course, so I don't expect you to watch that all in one day. You could, but I would really take your time with it and work through each lesson, do the homework assignment, try and put into practice what you've learned, and that way you should get more out of it. I've tried to make this course relatively genre agnostic, so no, you're not going to learn trap, you're not going to learn house, you're not going to learn drum and bass, you're not going to learn indie, you're not going to learn pop. You're going to learn how to use Logic for all of these different genres. You're going to learn principles and ideas that can translate across all different genres. The song that I build over this course does happen to be slightly more indie rock focused, but as I said, I do also touch on electronic drums, so it will translate over. So don't worry that it's not a genre specific course because the principles apply. So once again, I'd just like to thank you for buying this course. I'm sure you will enjoy it. I have put everything into it, as much as I think you need to know for now. Obviously, I can't put every single topic in. So thanks again for buying the course, it really means a lot. As I said, I've put so much content in this, which has been accumulated over 15 years, and I've really tried to not hold anything back, just give you everything I know. So I'm sure you'll learn something, even if you are slightly more advanced, even if you are already a strong beginner, then I reckon there'll still be some tips in here for you. That being said, let's jump into the first video and we will get started. See you later, and thanks again.